Tonight, residents on alert in North Carolina as now Tropical Storm Ophelia is expected to make landfall in less than 24 hours. Tropical storm warnings now up. Plus, Ophelia's impacts already being felt from South Carolina through Virginia as tropical storm force winds, high surf, and heavy rain are underway. New images coming in from the storm zone. And the Northeast is monitoring Ophelia closely as the storm is expected to ride up the East Coast, affecting Washington, D.C., New York, and Boston. We time it out with the latest advisories. iWeather First starts right now. From iWeather First, this is a tropical update. Good evening and thanks so much for watching iWeather First. I'm meteorologist Richie Pergolesi with tonight's tropical update here, and we've got a lot to talk about here. We have this tropical disturbance out here in the Atlantic with a 70% chance of developing over the next 3 to 5 days, and we have newly formed Tropical Storm Ophelia. Was a potential tropical cyclone, but has since turned into a tropical storm because the characteristics now are a little bit better. And here on the visible satellite, we can see it spinning up right over here as it approaches North Carolina. Look at all these clouds that extend out from the center of the system too. And with that, a lot of tropical storm force winds as well. And we'll get to that in a second. I want to show you this blow up here. This was the open eye here, the open circulation. And that's why the National Hurricane Center was giving this a potential tropical cyclone meaning, and now it has since tightened up here, and we can also see in the water vapor too. It's been dumping a lot of rain in North Carolina. We can see a little bit of dry air, those yellow colors you see on your screen, that's being entrained into the system. So it's not going to be becoming any more powerful than a tropical storm as it makes landfall tonight. And on the infrared satellite imagery here, you couldn't even really see anything in terms of an eye wall or anything, but towards the end a little bit was trying to turn, but it's not going to turn into much. So we expect a landfall overnight into tomorrow. We have tropical storm warnings up from coastal areas from North Carolina all the way up through Virginia there as well. And I actually wanted to show you that that orange color you see on the screen. So these are the tropical storm force winds. So whoever's in this area right now is experiencing winds of at least 39 miles per hour or greater. And this was the radar a little bit earlier today. You can see here as we put this into motion, you see all these rain bands coming on to North Carolina. So all day today they've been battered with tropical storm force winds and rain here extending out from the system. And I wanted to show you what that looks like here. These are webcams provided by Surf Checks, and this is the one at the Avon Pier in North Carolina. We can see here all the waves coming up over here, crashing onto the beach, and raindrops on the camera. And this is another one. I thought this was pretty funny. This is at Cure Beach. This is the pier right here. You can see these people standing here just checking it out, and they're like, okay, we've got everything we need. We took our pictures. We're going to head back in. And that's what you want to do because there's a lot of dangerous rip currents out there as well, too. The camera zooms out here, and we can see more of that wave action here. This is another one, too, at Cape Hatteras. There's a gentleman standing right there. And as the camera pans out, we can see all these waves crashing on over the beach here while the storm is approaching. So here's the latest on Tropical Storm Ophelia. It has winds of 70 miles per hour moving north-northwest at 13. The pressure dropped a little bit here. And again, there's that orange color you see on the screen. Everyone here is experiencing those tropical storm force winds. Expected to make landfall as a tropical storm. Then as we get into Sunday morning, it's expected to become a tropical depression, then ride up through the East Coast, affecting a lot of portions of the Northeast. Now I wanted to show you the buoy network here. These yellow and red diamonds you see on your screen, those are buoys, and they're always taking in weather instruments, and they're taking in data. And this is buoy 41002. This was taken around 75 miles away from the center of the storm. You see this really cool pano it made. I always love these. I think this is so cool. As you see some of the waves a little choppy, and notice this is a little bit later tonight. Yeah, definite changes that storm's making its approach. And this is what we can expect in terms of rainfall over the next several days. 6 to 10 inches of rain through Wilmington and eastern portions of North Carolina through Cape Hatteras will experience around 4 to 6 inches of rain, and all through the Northeast, New Jersey, New York, all the way up there, 2 to 4 inches of rain. Now the tropical storm force winds arrival times will change as we get into Saturday. You're going to start feeling it, New Jersey, around 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. And then as we get into later Saturday into Sunday, that's when New York is going to start getting in on some tropical storm force winds, potentially probably a little bit lighter as the storm gets weaker into a tropical depression. These are the storm surge impacts. This is 1 to 3, meant to put 2 to 4 feet there. All the areas here colored with the yellow color here, and everyone in blue here is about 1 to 3 feet of storm surge. And with all that rain too, flash flooding risk is up all the way from North Carolina through the northeast, extending all the way out through Nantucket there. And that is the latest from iWeather First, and we will continue to update you on Tropical Storm Ophelia and its impacts. Be safe. Like, subscribe, comment, and ring the bell to be notified of new updates.